The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Jesse Holley, Kurt Daniels, and Nate Newton.
It's hump day. Here's your chance, do your dance, do the hump, do it, baby. It's hump day. Happy hump day. Thank you guys for joining us. Hang with the boys. That is a live view at the Tostitos Championship Plaza outside in front of the Ford Center. They got a concert going on. The umbrella, Chris, is for, it looks like they're doing shading so they can see the setup on the Anyway, high of 90 degrees today, currently 86 to 88 degrees. Fellas.
Yes, sir.
How's your mentals? How's your dentals?
You know, I'm a little rushed today, but I'm happy to be here.
Well, whatever. He is Nate Newton. That is Kurt Daniels. I am Jesse Holley. We together are hanging with the boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us when we speak. This segment is brought to you by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Let's start right from the top. Dak Prescott.
Is he all right over there?
I don't know. You know,
I'm good, Jesse. How you doing
Chris, you
today?
good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, how you doing?
You just
today?
never know. Like, sometimes with this guy, man, his emotions go up and down. I don't even want to say like a lady, because then they'll be like, the ladies be like, you're a feminist and but his emotions go up and down all the time. So you just never know where
That's
he's
Trey,
at.
man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we let big fella be. He'll eventually come back to us. He'll figure it out. He won't miss all this goodness over here. But let's start. First things first. Dak Prescott went to see the doctor and has not yet been medically cleared. He is doing some things at practice today. But it looks like Cooper Rush, according to Mike McCarthy, will be your starting QB this Sunday.
Yep.
Versus the Philadelphia Eagles, 5-1 Philadelphia Eagles, as they take on the Cowboys in Philadelphia at the Link Sunday Night Football. Kurt, you surprised?
No, not at all. Not at all. McCarthy did say that Cooper would throw to some receivers today, but it would be Dak. Sorry. Dak would throw to some receivers today, but it would be pretty light. And he had said earlier, I guess yesterday, that if he didn't have a full week of practice, he wasn't going to play. And so this morning he said the expectation is we are going with Rush, which is really no surprise.
Nate, does Dak Prescott need a full week of practice?
Yes, a full week and more. To make sure you pound that hand with some snaps, to make sure you let him throw some deep balls and some quick, you know how they catch the ball and get it out of his hand real quick to see how that go. Get him about a week and a half of that right there, and then he's ready to go, and then turn him loose.
That's a question I had for you, too, being football experts. We talk about the thumb and being able to –
experts. I wouldn't quite say expert.
We've talked about the thumb and being able to grip the ball and throw it, but what about taking that snap and getting it pounded in there on – okay, all right. I know where that's going.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I didn't say that.
And the hand,
I did not say a word.
All I know is
even the handoffs, you know,
Yeah.
how's that going to affect it?
Yeah, because – you know, one day you have a great day of practice, boom, 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 and all of a sudden the next day the hand swell up. Mm-hmm. So you got to go through all this right here. If that hand do swell up, do just 5 minutes of ice, get it back normal, however you want to put it. So
what about putting a hot towel on it?
Yeah, not hot towel, that heat up, get all the blood in it to make it swell more. So that hot towel was just to relax you a little bit and keep you right.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, but I'm just like this right here, man. I'm loving it how it is, man. We going in here. We know our characters. We know who's everybody's in place. We ain't got to guess. Is he gonna be sharp? Or da this and da that and bang bang and boom boom. Thank you.
Yeah, to your point, Kurt. I think all of that. You know, all of that take and normally I would say, well, they got some good drugs in the back, but you don't want to shoot that thumb up with numbing agent, right? That's the one thing where you have to have not only the swelling down, not only the grip strength back, but also the pain management. Like, you got to be able to endure some pain. Dak took some simulated snaps today in practice, but from reports, they were just saying that when he did throw the football, he was throwing it with his left hand.
Oh.
So he hasn't been spinning it just yet and working on the side with those receivers. But, such is life, and you move on. And
wow, it's just left hand, huh?
Yeah.
I don't see him be ready for the Lions game if he's.
That's going to be a great question because I think there's two parts to the story. It's what reality is and what the I guess mental reality that Jerry Jones put out
right
5 weeks ago.
The spin.
Right. So Jerry said 5 weeks ago that he'd be back in 4 weeks, and that he's a fast healer and all those other kind of things. And now most people, not all, was like, yeah, all right, Dr. Jerry, like we're not taking your advice about this. And it seems to now we're at the 5 week moment, right? Because he heard it week 1. We're in week 6, so we're at the 5 week moment. So even missing this week and next week kind of puts you at the front part of what they initially said about this injury being a 6 to 8 week injury. And we're going to get into the Philly stuff, but should it be 6 weeks, Kurt?
Yes, probably. Yeah,
so you're saying Detroit as well?
Yeah, I would. I mean, not if he's not 100%. And if he's throwing left-handed 10 days or whatever it is before that next game, I don't see how he's going to be ready to roll. But there's no sense in rushing him back because Cooper Rush has provided us a little bit of a breathing room here.
That's why I say a week and a half. Get it going. I mean, put him in some, let him do it on air. But just some game type situation where he humping that ball out of the boom ball, spinning it hard, because that's how it's gonna be in a game. You got to be throwing that thing, you got to be slinging the thing. And I ain't talking about hitting him on it. I'm just saying from different angles, give it to him, because the way this Cowboys team is rolling, I just do not want it to be. Well, it may take him 2 games to get back. You come back, bruh, and make this thing better. Don't come back and give him a week. I ain't giving you nothing.
Okay, so
come back throwing this thing.
This is why our show is so great.
Yeah.
Because what you said leads into what I made a video last night when I was walking the dog, and I didn't post it. I just said, you know what? Nah, I'm not going to post it. And I just kept it to myself. But
why?
Because I wanted to make sure when I said it right.
Okay.
And I think what you just said is confirmation that I need to say it. Dak Prescott has put himself now, and not intentionally, but he's put himself in a situation now where he has to be perfect. Yeah. And that's a bad place to be in for a quarterback who isn't an elite level quarterback and a quarterback who does not have skins on the wall. Because now a part of you says, wow, look at Cooper Rush, 4-0. That's what you wanted. We're playing with house money.
Yeah.
But there's a fan base has now jumped onto the mix of we should actually keep Cooper Rush as our starter. Mm-hmm. There's another contingency of fans that are saying when Dak Prescott is healthy, and I'll say I'm in that group, when he's healthy, he should get back his job.
I'm in that group too.
Yeah.
But what happens when he gets back his job? They're going to want people will want immediate success.
Yeah.
Meaning you can't really even lose another game. At least your first cut. You have to either match or exceed the 4 wins that Cooper Rush in a row that Cooper Rush put out there, or people will say, see, we should have stayed with Cooper Rush. Yeah. This guy's not it. And I don't care what people say. There is a huge mental part to this game of football. It really is. A huge mental part to this game of football. And while Dak says all the right things in the media, and I'm sure he's being a great leader in the locker room, and I'm sure he's being a great teammate to Cooper Rush, and being a great guy in that quarterback locker room, he hears the whispers.
Sure.
He hears all the things that the national media is saying, local media is saying, internet is saying, just in general. So now that's even added pressure on that I have to come back and be ready to go and be perfect. And I think that is a lose-lose situation for Dak Prescott and potentially this football team. Because what if you do come back and you lose the first 2 games in a row because you haven't played a game since really week 1, but you played 3 quarters since
his preseason. So.
You played 3 quarters since January.
Yeah.
And you lose 2 games in a row. Does your locker room begin to say things? You may have some. A guy like, I'm not saying him, but a guy like Noah Brown, who has had a really good relationship with Cooper Rush, who's also a guy who would like to get a little payday as well, and Dak comes back and all of a sudden now it ain't coming to him no more, and they're losing. Does his attitude change? And I'm not trying to create a narrative. I'm just thinking about. I'm like, man, this dude is faced now with a no-win situation unless he comes back and equal to or greater than the games in the row that Cooper Rush run. He comes in and wins.
Yeah, for Dak, I think it's a blessing in disguise that he's not ready for Philadelphia, because if I'm him, I don't want to face that defense right out of the gate. I want to face Detroit or Chicago, you know?
Okay, now, devil's advocate. Doesn't it behoove you to go out there and play against he's not ready. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I back on? Okay. Doesn't it behoove you to go out there and play against Philadelphia where there's kind of a built-in excuse of being a top 5 defense in the league, and you come back and potentially, I'm not saying it's going to happen. We're just all talking hyperbole. We're all talking just thoughts out there. We're putting things out there, and we're just seeing where it sticks. If you come back and you lose against Detroit and Chicago?
Well, you can't do that. Right? Yeah, you cannot do that.
The reason I said what I said.
Or you split one of those games?
The reason I said what I said, I know you went where you went with it, Jess. The reason I said that is I ain't so much trying to say we got to win the game when he first come back. But what I don't want, and this is wrong on my part because we both know as players that it's going to be a certain amount of rust.
Yes.
It's going to be a certain, but that just holding the ball and acting like you don't know where it belongs and where it's supposed to go. I don't want that anymore. I don't need, if you're going to be doing all of that, that means that some bad reads done happen, something ain't going right in your head. I need for you to come out, and even if you throw an interception or 2, look like, okay, I know what's going on.
Yeah.
See, that first game, when I looked at Dak, while I'm watching the game, I looked over at some of the fellas and say, does he even know where to throw the ball? So that's how I felt. I'm like, why is he double tapping? I mean, these are guys that, is they DBs this great, or is they got us, I'm trying to find a reason. And coming out of this right here, I don't want to say that. I want to be like, okay, yeah, he may have had a couple, but he knew where he wanted to get that ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They may have fooled him, but that's what I need, just a belief that you believe that you 100%.
So you want some assurity.
You want,
hey, I know where I'm going.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Is some of that going to be on the coaches too, though, to say, okay, we have established that we are a defense team. We are, we're not going to come out and bring Dak back and start throwing the ball 40 more times a game. We have to stay within ourselves and what we've been doing and kind of keep the leash on him a little bit to you have to follow our game plan here and not put him in situations where he's maybe having to do that, slinging it around.
Yes and no. Yes, you can do that. But with Dak and his level of experience, he has the ability. For example, you come out and you call a run play, right? Mm-hmm. And you're saying, hey, we're going to run the football, right? We're going to run the football. We're going to run the football. Dak comes to the line of scrimmage and he goes, it's a 7-8 man box.
And they shot and they done out leveraged us on the side we want to run to.
Check. We're running a fade.
Okay.
Right? And so, but he has that experience. He has that knowledge of this offense. I would assume he still has that. His leash ain't that tight. I would assume that he still has some leverage to go out there and be a ball player and not be a robot.
Right. Yeah.
Right? And that's another thing that come into play. For Dak as a player, do you try to come back in and try to be steady Eddie like Cooper Rush, which it's not who you are? Or do you come back and say, no, I'm going to come back and I'm going to be me.
Yeah.
Through hell or high water, I'm going to be who I am and live with the results.
That could, yeah. I worry that could get him in trouble. That could get where the guys are like, we're winning with this game plan. And we realize you're a better quarterback than Rush. There's no questioning that. You're a better quarterback. But if you're not going to fit into our game plan and try to freelance and sling it or whatever, then I would think you could run into some problems.
Man, the thing I see these days are over. You know, these days are over, I guess. I don't know. We don't know what goes on in that star over there. But whenever Troy was coming back, we would see extra passes before and after practice. I don't know what they do over there now. Mm-hmm. But you would see that extra with him and Mike, because that was our key guy. Him and Mike was getting some extra work in. And maybe Dak is going to say, hey, CD,
Michael Gallup,
Noah
Brown,
hey, come on, Noah.
Tolbert.
Man, let's go through a few series here. You know, not only to help me, and even with changing a play. See, if you're running a new play, like I said, I don't know if things still the same, but if that thing didn't go right the first 2 times Mike and Troy threw these routes, it was like, hey.
They threw it out the place. They threw it out.
They either threw it out, or if they both liked it, Mike like, we're going to get that. We're going to get that after practice. Troy knew automatically. He just looked at Mike like, we finna run this thing by 15 times. So Troy ain't over there between when the defense out there. He ain't over there throwing because he know after practice, him and Mike finna get this thing by 5 or 10 times. Yeah. And see, I don't know if they do that now. I hope they do because that'll help Dak when he comes back to be sharper. You know, he can do what Cooper done. He can play that role of just great bus driver. Ain't nothing wrong. He can play that role and be a little bit better at it. Right. But like Jesse said, will these receivers, and I'm saying this part, will these receivers, because when you change something, the receivers got to be on point. So when you walk off the sideline and the head coach said, well, what was that? You look at Kellum like, why did you go there? And then you don't never want to have to involve the receivers. The receivers got to want to know. All the number 1 and number 2 receivers, like we saw with the Raiders the other night, 2 guys running in each other. Yeah. A number 1 receiver and a number 2 receiver. I ain't never seen that happen.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, like the famous quote says, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And so I think Dak Prescott is flirting along those lines. Just the way. That's just the way it goes. That's the nature of the beast right here. You know. So all right, stay with us. We'll come back on the other side of this break. We'll do Cowboys offense.
Cowboys big.
Cowboys offense.
Cowboys are big. This is all on TV. Dak throwing with his left. Oh man, we are big.
Philadelphia defense. That's why everything that's said is always, magnified times 10. But stay right here with us. Hanging with the boys. We'll be right back.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com is one of the most trusted ways to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Whether you're always on the go or stay closer to home, Blockchain.com is just a few taps away. Put the power of crypto in your pocket, so no matter where you are, you can trade on your terms and build a crypto portfolio to fit your life. For crypto pros, rookies, and anyone in between, Blockchain.com makes it easy to own a piece of the future. Blockchain.com, trusted by millions, trusted by America's team.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to Hanging with the Boys on this marvelous hump day. This segment brought to you by blockchain.com. Also, DCU. Get unlimited fan experience from the ultimate Let me start that over. Get the ultimate fan experience for the ultimate Cowboy fan. Join Dallas Cowboys United, presented by Globe Life, starting at just $20. Join now and get your fan pack, exclusive benefits, and more. Visit DallasCowboys.com/United for details and join today. So go ahead and get that. Let me get my ding because I got both of those ads in. We paid the bills right there. But we were having an off-air discussion about the difference between the two quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. You know, can you tell the difference when one quarterback is in and one quarterback's out? I can tell you from a receiver's perspective, absolutely. And the way the quarterback delivers, I changed my word up. The way the quarterback delivers the football is so critical because the angle is different, the velocity is different, the tempo is different. The routes that he's actually going to throw. You know, some quarterbacks like, man, anytime they call bang 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back foot Troy is going in the ground, and Mike's fifth step is going in the ground, and that ball is humming. It's coming. And Mike know it, Troy know it, you know it, we know it. Sometimes you go, hey, Troy ain't throwing that ball, Troy ain't throwing that out route. And I'm not saying that, but it's certain quarterbacks like certain routes. Right. Cooper Rush, when you look at the numbers, he has hit Cooper Rush passing percentage drops a lot from the balls that he throws right over the middle, which is at 70-something%, to the balls that he's throwing to the outside the hashes, towards the numbers, toward the sidelines. It's like 75% to 56%. So you're talking about almost a 25% drop-off in percentage and accuracy from those throws. So a lot of times, if you got a route that's going over across the middle, the likelihood of Cooper Rush throwing it to you, very high. Yeah. And how he's going to throw it, is it going to be eye level, going to be low, it's going to be behind you? Opposed to if you got to get the ball on the outside of the numbers to the sideline, that ball's probably not coming to you unless it's a fade route. And you run your route accordingly to that way as well.
One of Rush's criticisms is he doesn't have the same arm strength as some of these quarterbacks.
He doesn't.
That's obviously you need, but what's more important, arm strength or like the touch, the accuracy that comes along?
Again, every throw is different, right? I want arm strength. If I'm running any route that requires timing, a slant, a bang 8, a post, anywhere where I'm running into some serious danger, get it on me. Yeah. Get it on me now.
And get it on them.
Get it on me. Get it to me now so I can catch it and either get down or get my foot up the field. But if you lobbing that thing in there and that safety humming down or that linebacker coming over, nah, buddy. Don't do that to me. Yeah. Don't do that to me. So I would say to having that arm strength, depending on what routes it is. But
I could tell the difference in who quarterbacking was in there too. Yeah. Especially when it was quick slants of 15 across the middle, because Troy's be like, whew, like a Wilson, and everybody else would be like, is he still got the ball?
Troy sound like a missile. The rest of them sound like.
Yeah, you're like, is he still got the ball? You look back, oh, okay, he threw it. Yeah, wow. But I'm gonna tell you, man, I just want that decisiveness, Jess. I need for my quarterback to be decisive. And in the better quarterbacks around the league, you see that. You see, they know 1, 2. Either they get rid of it, dump it off. Don't hold the ball. If you're gonna be a classic drop back quarterback, all classic drop back quarterbacks tell you either it's coming out of my hand, or I'm about finna take a knee because I know I'm gonna be sacked. Mm-hmm. Tom Brady you can see Tom 1, 2, and there ain't no lane right there where he can just run them little 4 or 5 yards, he almost start getting down.
Right.
Because he know.
Right.
Are you seeing is Cooper being decisive, you think?
Up until
Michael Gallo came back.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he's another option. He's
another option.
Another option, and all of a sudden that pressure
progression.
up the middle coming, and all of a sudden you know, oh, yeah, bro, yeah, get rid of that ball.
That's a great point that we'll go to. The Cowboys offensively face another game where their offensive line will be tested by one of Nate's favorite players in the entire National Football League. And this is another test.
And they insulted Fletcher this year by giving him a 1-year contract and say, hey, I want you to train Big 90 Jordan, Jordan Davis. We want you to train him. He like, okay, for just a few measly million, all right, I'm going to do better than that. I'm finna dominate the league.
And sometimes that even for older players, sometimes bringing that young pup in gives you that resurgence. It gives you that energy to kind of go back out there and go, oh, they think I'm done. Right. Oh, they think I'm washed.
Right.
I got a few good years left in me, and I'm gonna keep this young boy at bay. He might play some, but this young boy gonna know he in for a dogfight when it has to deal with me. Yeah. But for the Cowboys offensively, Nate, one of the things that you've been able, and I fought you on it, and I got people in the hallway fighting you on it. One of the things that you've been saying is the Cowboys have to run the football. Run the football. Talk about Zeke. Talk about Tony Pollard. But when you look at this group up front, right, you got Jordan Davis, you got Fletcher Cox, you got Hassan Reddick. I mean, you got
Javon Hargrave.
Hargrave.
Yeah,
I mean, you got a bunch of horses up front who are built for the test. This Philly defense isn't a defense that's going to blitz you much. They feel like kind of at times how we feel, that they have enough up front with their front four that they're going to be able to stop the run, and then B2, be able to get pressure along with their front four and be able to drop guys in coverage. How will the Cowboys offensively attack, or how should the Cowboys attack this defense up front with those dogs?
Even their edges are tough. Even their edges are tough with Josh Sweat and Brandon Graham. These guys would set the edge. Mm-hmm. But you that's where I would attack. I wouldn't try to get up in the middle of them. I would try to attack. Our tight ends are going to have to. It ain't going to be just getting in the way this week. You're going to have to sit down and get into some people and tie them up. So, Jess, this is going to be a dogfight. They ain't giving up at 105 yards a game. Yeah. The thing that's funny is it's like 5 yards per rush.
Right.
But their pass defense is filth. But they ain't giving up 294 yards a game.
Total offense.
So these boys are stout, and it ain't fake. Like right about now, when I look at our defense, I'm still saying, is our edges soft because they like to rush the passer, or can they really be blocked? Well, this team here gonna figure it out. They're gonna show us. But back to their defense, they'll get into you, man. That's all. They will make you pay because they got Fletcher Cox, Jordan Davis, and Hargrave. All these dudes got to be about, at least the lightest one got to be 310, and that's Hargrave, maybe 310. Yeah. They get into you, man.
But how much? I mean, like you said, they haven't given up 100 yards rushing in 3 of the 5 games, but the 2 games where they were close and behind, they gave up over 100 yards. I guess but they're giving up 5 yards a carry, like you said.
Yeah.
It seems to me that this is a team that's really benefiting from playing with the lead.
Yeah.
I mean, the time of possession on offense is like 33 minutes or something crazy like that, second in the league. And so that, to me, is like, yeah, they're looking great. They're obviously strong, but, man, so often they make these teams one-dimensional because they're in a lead. They're giving up. They don't have to face the run like they maybe should.
But where are they weak at on defense?
Yeah.
Where they got Darius Slay on the back, Brad Brewer, he got 2, Darius Slay got 2. They got a +9 turnover. this is the most complete team we have played. This is the best team we have played. Defensively, they got it going on, and they run into the ball, and the buzz I've been getting, Jess, you listen to the outside buzz for us, media, they said up there in Philadelphia, for the first time, even the fans are kind of quiet because they can't believe they sitting at 5-0. Is this they saying in their mind, is this a real 5-0 team? Is Jalen really what we think he is, or is this dog? Is Fletcher Cox on his last leg? He's normally for the last 3 years all he had was 4 sacks. He got 3 sacks already. So and they coming up with this new kid. I can't let me find him right quick. This new kid, he got 4.5. TJ Edwards, outside linebacker, he got 4.5 sacks. So they got 17 sacks. We got 20. So they ain't got the beast like we got, but they like, hey, collectively we are a beast, So I'm liking them, and this is the most complete team.
But they're not like, to me, our defense. Maybe we've faced some tougher offenses than what Philly has faced.
Name them.
Well, I mean, you got. I mean, from a talent standpoint, the Rams.
We faced New York. We faced who else?
From
Tampa
a talent standpoint, the Bengals have a better offense than a lot of. They've faced Washington and Jacksonville and Arizona. I guess has got some talent. maybe that's a bad comparison, but
when you're right, we've faced the chase. We faced some hell of a wide receivers and nice quarterbacks, but it's hard to beat momentum. And their game is not finesse. I don't think the Eagles' game is just. I don't think their game is finesse. I think they're trying to be as physical as possible, and that's the chance that I think we have as an offense. As long as we physical, and I will say this, and I could be wrong, but I think has to throw at least 15 completions this week.
Cooper Rush.
I think you have to throw at least 15. What do you think? That's what I feel. I don't think 10 completions is going to get it this week. I really don't, man.
In most games, 10 completions won't get it. That's why it was a record when kind of a historical type thing when he was able to win a game with only throwing. Having 10 completions or less. But what we'll do,
Daddy, you made 10 completions and won. Can you bet your son telling you?
We'll dig into a little bit more of this Cowboys offense,
Daddy,
Philadelphia.
My schoolmates are talking about you.
Philadelphia defense. When we come back for our third.
Don't worry, Berline did the same thing. He had 9 completions.
Did y'all win?
Yeah.
Well, that's
91.
That's all you said, right? It's all that matters that you win. Win, baby, win. That's all that matters, right? All right, so stay with us. We'll be right back. We're hanging with the boys.
Sacks, don't feel bad.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they make just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com is one of the most trusted ways to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Whether you're always on the go or stay closer to home, Blockchain.com is just a few taps away. Put the power of crypto in your pocket, so no matter where you are, you can trade on your terms and build a crypto portfolio to fit your life. For crypto pros, rookies, and anyone in between, Blockchain.com makes it easy to own a piece of the future. Blockchain.com, trusted by millions, trusted by America's team.
Hey, Cowboys fans, if you're thinking about attending a game this season, visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today. Stay at the team hotel, have dinner with a Cowboys legend, and experience AT&T Stadium's exclusive VIP Owners Club. Also, tour the Star, get autographs from your favorite players, and talk X's and O's with me, Mickey Spagnola. The official travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys will take care of all your travel needs. Visit cowboystravel.com.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to Hanging with the Boys on this marvelous Hump Day Wednesday as we continue to break down Cowboys offense, Philadelphia Eagles defense as they get ready for a showdown, a clash of the Titans, the number 1 and 2 seed, right? No, the Giants are the number 2 seed. No.
We beat the Giants.
The Giants.
Yeah. So we number 2.
The number 1 and the number 2 seed in the NFC East take on each other in Philadelphia at the Link this Sunday night on Sunday Night Football.
The Link. That's Lincoln Financial, right?
Yes.
Because it used to be Veteran Death Steps. It was made of concrete.
I didn't play.
Mike McCarthy, Jesse, and Computer love you. You about got me, bro. You about to hook me in.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah. He's done a hell of a job, man.
To Mike McCarthy?
Yeah, man. Yes, sir, man.
Oh, snap.
But I'm just saying, man, him and Zeke has been...
No.
Him and Zeke has been just the ultimate warriors.
But has this team, has the Philly faced an offense like ours with Zeke and an offense that...
Has that multiple talented running attack?
Yeah, and is plus is already built to max protect, I guess, for lack of a better word. That they already are in a situation where they're having to do full protection for Cooper Rush. They've been doing it for these past 4 games. So are they ready to take on? Heck, they took on the Rams front line with Aaron Donald and those guys.
But see, you know what? See, this is what makes you mad. Because you have Parsons and you have Aaron Donald. Those are 1 in 100,000 guys that get 99 on the All Madden. Them are the ones, everybody else get 90. But these guys got like 689s on their defense. They got like 60. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can beat you one-on-one. Brandon Graham can beat you one-on-one. This kid, T.J. Edwards, is learning, he can get you one-on-one. Sweat can get you one-on-one. And I know Fletcher Cox can get you one. See, they at different times in the game, they can get you. And without scheme, they can just line up and work you. One-on-one and work you. So
I think Philadelphia defensively, when you look at the team that they played this year, the Lions, the Vikings, the Eagles, the Jaguars.
The Vikings may have been a better team out of all of them.
Well,
best record.
And they crushed the Vikings.
Best 24-7.
Yeah.
Right? But then you go and look at the Lions game and you go, gave 35 points to the Lions. And a lot of that had to do with, how the run game got going.
Yeah, but it came back on them, right?
Swift had 15 carries for 144 yards. Yeah. But then you go and you say, okay, well, all right, cool. They allowed a huge running game against the Lions, and then you go and you say, well, let's see what a guy like Dalvin Cook did. 6 for 17.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, man.
So it's like
it's all about the fear factor.
They know that they have to stop the run now. Yeah. And the luxury that they have, I think, with Philadelphia is you don't have a Revis Island type of player. But you got a player in Darius Slay,
yes,
who is going to shadow Cooper, who is going to shadow CeeDee Lamb. He's shadowed guys before in the past. He's won some of those battles. He's lost some of those battles. But he's a guy who can play you inside, can play you outside. So there isn't a fear, I think, from the receiver standpoint when you look at what the Cowboys do in that aspect. Because they feel like, I like Darius Slay versus whoever you got as your number one. I like that matchup. Mm-hmm. And so if we need to go man-to-man and commit more guys, at least early on. Now if you start beating me over my head deep, then I'll have to adjust. But coming into this game, you know that we're going to try to run the football. And are you going to be willing to step up and stop that for 4 quarters? If Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy and company continue on the path that they said, hey, this is going to be a defensive team, we're going to run the football, try to control the clock, try to sustain long drives, give our defense an opportunity to get some rest, then if they keep that mentality, then Philadelphia's going to have to step up and stop the run. And you saw them play 2 teams where one gashed them, the other one, they stopped them up.
I just feel like this right here. These cats going to come out, and they defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon, he going to say, you know what? They ain't running this ball. Because if it was me, and you tell me if you're thinking different, Jesse, Chris, or Foreigner. You don't listen to Foreigner?
Is that a band?
I don't know if he's saying I'm from,
No, Foreigner's a band. Come on, okay, excuse me, Journey. Okay, so he will understand that. Tell me this right here. Tell me if you were...
Kurt works fine, right?
Yeah.
That works. Just
Kurt. Okay.
Kurt.
Okay. Whatever he called you while you was on your ED plan. Yeah, okay. Tell me, fellas.
Now, hold on. Now, I got called out yesterday because they said I'm too raunchy. Not they. One person said that I'm the raunchy one of this show. And he says it. He said that he doesn't want to watch this show sometimes because I'm too raunchy, and it takes.
But I'm a clean guy.
And he takes away from listening to Nate and Kurt. So I said,
okay. Well,
wow.
Let me say. I'm gonna ask you guys again.
I'm the raunchy one.
Kurt.
There you go.
Jesse without an I.
There we go.
Christopher Beam. Okay.
Nathaniel
Newton. Let me say this: if I'm Mr. Gannon, the defensive coordinator, I am not letting you run because what I've seen the last 2 games, I don't think your quarterback can beat me. They have the corners. They have a decent safety. I'm a stacked in line, and I'm not going to let you run. Is that not what you're thinking? That's what they should do, our quarterback, yeah. I think for the first time, going to have to go up there and at least complete 15 passes, and 2 or 3 of them got to be shots down that field. Because if they don't, I promise you, if them cats don't sit up there with 7, 8 guys up there on that ball, that means Philadelphia is a fake. Because how you not do that?
Yeah, they should.
How you not?
Can the Cowboys, I guess, scheme
That's
it up
the question I got now.
To help Cooper complete 15-plus passes?
Up to this point, I got to say yes. I have to say yes. Because they found ways, by hook or by crook, to put this offense in positions to score just enough points.
Yeah.
Just enough points to give their defense enough cushion to allow them to suffocate the other team. So there is nothing when it comes to scheming up schematically, however you want to put it, that Kellen has shown me up to this point that will lead me not to believe that they're willing to do whatever it is to do to win the football game. Now, before I may have been pessimistic, Jess, and been like, but up to this point, football's fluid and may change.
Yeah.
But up to this point, and honestly, why would you stop? Like, why would you stop doing what you've been doing?
Right.
And if it's 12 passes, if it's 14 passes, if it's 17 passes, whatever it is that needs to be done, completions.
Yeah.
Completions. And mainly on third downs.
Yes.
You got to get them on third down. And that's a combination. Go ahead, say what you're about to say.
Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, y'all got to catch the ball.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
You got to catch the ball.
Yeah.
I have to believe that if Jesse can see it, Kurt can see it, Chris, myself, there's no way in the world I'm just going to let you line up and bludgeon me with Zeke and then outdistance me with Tony. It ain't happening. And if it does, man, we're in the NFC Championship game. If we go in there, if we go in there and bust Philly up for 125 yards rushing and win the game, Jesse, is that far-fetched? And win the game up in Philly? They're the most complete team besides Buffalo, the way they are playing right now. I ain't saying tomorrow. I ain't saying yes. I'm talking about today. They're the most complete team besides Buffalo.
So how do you go from yesterday saying that you need to see something on defense, got to wait till after Thanksgiving, to today saying
that means that they can run on anybody, and our defense ain't giving it up then because we're going to be at 30 or 31-plus minutes a game. So if we go for 125 yards?
Why you always got to go like way over the top? Why you just can't say like, man, that's playoff bound right there, and we got a chance. Bound?
Who is playoff? Every team right now, the way the league is consistent, the way the league is playing for the first 5 or 6 weeks, everybody playoff bound. You know what I'm saying?
Well, all right, fellas. Oddly enough, that's it.
For real?
That's it.
You know what, man? We got a petition for more time.
That's it, brother.
Yeah, we got permission for more time.
I want to make sure we got on time today. You know, Heckman always
come
on,
in. Man. Just you had me going. I started slow.
This is the guy who didn't want to say nothing for the first minute of the show. See,
this
is what happens. This is what happens when you sit here for the first 10 minutes of the show and not say nothing.
We're not going. If we beat Philadelphia, you agree we going to the NFC Championship game.
I do not agree with that. I do not agree with that.
Kurt,
I will believe we're going to the NFC Championship.
Foreigner.
When we actually are going to the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
Christopher believe it.
All right, well, that's cool with me. He is Nate Newton. That is Kurt. That is Chris in the back control.
That's Jesse without an eye.
This is Jesse with no eye. We thank you guys. Tomorrow we'll be doing Cowboys defense. My favorite.
He's trying to deflect his bad tongue onto me, y'all. Don't fall for it. I'm with y'all.
And the Philadelphia Eagles offense tomorrow, Thursday, 1:00. Be right here. Come back with this.
Stop Jalen Hurts and you got him.
We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?